In this video, guys, we're gonna have a look at Ninfoniel. We're gonna take her in for a spin. I summon her so you don't have to. We're gonna see if she's actually that good. Is she actually really the answer to Rango Kutsu? Can she really be helpful in a lot of content? The main question, is it worth going for her? Before we get into that, I just want to give a massive shout out to Etheria Restart for sponsoring the video. If you guys want to try out the game, click on the link in the description down below and come and join me in Etheria Restart. Basically, guys, she seems to be a very good support unit. Now, just because maybe she's not the answer to Rango Kutsu, I don't necessarily think that she is bad or anything like that. We're gonna see if she's actually good in there. I haven't really done a lot of testing with her, but we're gonna try quite a few different things. And if you already did some testing, let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Basically, I do think that you really need to get the S3 maxed, 4 lattice in there. It would be nice to get a second skill too. You can live without it. It's not the end of the world. But the main thing is this skill right here. She will give us a shield. Now, at the moment, I do not have her at rank 6. She's only rank 5, at least on my account. The main reason why that is a bit of an issue is because her HP, as it is pretty low. And you want to have a super high HP on her to be able to basically generate a bigger Rhyme Bloom shield. Now, one thing that I think it should be good if the character would do, when the Rhyme Bloom shield is on, reduce the damage by a specific amount. Now, I know that will create big issues in PvP, especially in the current meta, and probably the devs, they did not want to add that to her kit for that simple reason. Maybe they could add a thing where if used versus bosses, either will apply a decreased attack on the boss as soon as the first character gets hit, either something to reduce the damage, because I feel like that is one of the main things that is missing from her kit. It's great to have the damage boosted while you have that shield, but I just don't feel like is enough. It needs to reduce damage too in order to actually really be the key to Rango Kutsu and other annoying bosses like that. But let's dive straight into it. So we're gonna go straight to Rango Kutsu. At the moment, the build that I have on her, guys, is not perfect because I actually have a Swift piece that actually is flat. So we have a flat HP right here. And then I have a Swift rate piece too that's accuracy. Just because this is my Codex shell. I need to have that on basically. But it's a pretty good freaking shell. Either way, I need to keep her pretty fast. There is a downside to it as well. If she's going in first, the rest will lose the immunity, okay? Except the target character. Now, the target character, at least in my team, it seems to be Lilium because she's getting the double buffs. When you select a character to buff out of your entire team, that character that you select will get immunity for 2 turns instead of 1 turn. And if you're making her too slow, I'm still not feeling it because the enemies will attack you, right? But either way, let's give it a go with this team. We're gonna try different things without Lily as well to see how that performs, because like this, none of the enemies will cut on me, right? I'm fast enough to move before them. You see, Lilium got immunity for 2 turns. Lily has the immunity because she went in front of her, but Klaus lost the immunity. The damage is pretty good. Normally, without it, I don't do as much damage. We're actually going to try a run without her in the team to see how much damage we're doing. We got silence on my Klaus. You definitely want to avoid having that decreased attack on your Lilium. The good thing is that we get that immunity for 2 turns. But if my Lilium would be slower and the enemies would get to attack me, they would break the shield, which means that I won't have that extra damage, right? And that's definitely not great. The run goes pretty smooth as it is, but I'm pretty convinced that it still has pretty high chances to fail. Like, honestly, I just don't see it that great. Like, you see, it actually just failed the first run. Even though it looked safe, it looked good, it still failed. And it's not just because, well, Scratch, you don't have her at max level, the shield is not that big. The boss deals so much damage that he absolutely demolishes the shield, right? And I still don't think that she is the answer to this dungeon, in my opinion. I feel like they definitely need to address this boss. He's just too freaking busted. Like, this is a busted boss that he demolishes you left and right. The damage does look good. It doesn't seem to be like a huge damage boost overall because you're getting 40% attack. It would have been better if you were gonna do like 20% damage. So to be a damage boost rather than an attack boost. That could have been better justified and be like, okay, I'm doing a lot of damage now. A 20% damage boost or a 30% damage boost, I think in my opinion, it would have been a much better thing, right? But hey, that's what we have. And we're here to basically review the character. Is it good? Is it not? Is it worth it? Is it not? And as you guys can probably notice, 2 runs, both of them look very similar. I have a feeling that we're going to lose both of them in the exact same way we've lost the first one. I've done a few runs. I've won some. I've lost some. But it seems like now I am recording a video. My RNG is always bad when I'm recording videos. Who knows? Maybe we're going to go into the 3rd run and it's going to be a failure as well. But that just shows you one thing. She's really not the answer to this dungeon. And right now, perfect example. We actually got caught on because we haven't managed to land a decreased speed on the enemy. And she had the shield broken. The damage was not as great. And dang, we lost her again. Okay? Our damage dealer is dead again. Which is really, really not a good thing. So, argue it in whatever way you want, but I just think that that shield needs to have a massive damage reduction versus bosses. It's not that hard to implement it in that way. Yes, I understand that they would want to basically not make it broken for PvP, because if they add damage reduction on top of Bloodbath and that, the fights will last 20 minutes. But if they put it like versus bosses, you get a 50% damage reduction versus bosses. That will be huge. That's when you can say that, oh my god, Ninfonelia, she is actually the answer to it. I'm going to try it again till we win 1 run. We've done 3 so far, all of them losses. Now, if I replace her with an R unit, I'm going to win 8, 9 out of 10 very consistently. Very, very consistently. Okay, so now they don't cut on us. So let's check the damage. You see, we got around to the middle of the first debuff. We lost Kloss already, which kind of sucks. And that's mainly because we do not control the side minions. And I don't think that is good enough as it is. We've got that shield again, which is fine. Second hit coming in, we dropped it under 50% HP. It's still not that insane with a buff, but we're gonna try it without it, just to kind of like get an idea of what sort of numbers we're gonna. And damn, this is gonna be another failure. This is gonna be another failure. 4 runs, 4 freaking losses. That is crazy. Okay, that is just crazy. So she is really, really not the answer to this dungeon. I just don't see it happening. Even if you put a lattice into her, I just don't think that is going to be enough. Okay, that is my my take on it. Now, if I'm gonna bring in this team, this is gonna win 8 or 9 out of 10 without Ninfonelia in here. But one thing that I do wanna see basically is how much damage we are actually getting without that buff from the shield, right? So it doesn't matter that we only have 3 characters. I'm just looking at the damage. We have what we need. So let's see. Are we gonna get... Okay, so basically, what is this? 5%, 15%, 15, 5 to 10%. No, it's not 10%. It's around 5% more damage with that shield than we are currently doing. So, I mean, now with the second hit is actually way more than that, because we have around 20%, maybe more than that. But the first hit initially, it did not feel like it's a huge damage boost. even though it sounded really good on paper, thinking more about it, right, is just increase attack basically on top of your increased attack. And if it's not buffing literally the entire stats on your account, and it's just going getting placed to the basic stats rather than the whole stats, that's really not going to do much. It's really not a very big damage boost. Yes, 2 hits are definitely much better than 1 because it's a difference of around 20% on the boss's HP with the 2 hits and without them. But looking at 1 single hit, it just doesn't seem like it's a huge damage boost. And just so you guys can actually see it again better, we're going to bring her back into the team and check out the damage now with that shield on, right? And I'm going to try something else after to see if it's going to work better. So we were getting something like this before. You see my mouse? And now it's going again here. So 1 hit is around 5 to 10% of the boss's HP. I don't think it's that crazy, though. It's nice, but it's not that crazy. When you see 1 hit, it doesn't feel like it's a lot, but the second hit actually makes it look like it's, okay, it's quite a bit, right? Like, it's quite a bit. Yeah, so around 15 to 20% more damage with the shield that we have on. Now, with Lattice in it, we're going to get a better damage boost. It's not 40% attack right now, but just to kind of like give you a bit of an idea of what you could potentially expect, right? And bang. Damn, I cannot believe it that we've done 5 runs and all of them were failures. I've done 3 before. I won 2. I lost 1. And right now we cannot win not even single one. And I have some of the most OP characters in the game right here. I can build her slower, and that's not going to make a difference, okay? That's really not going to make a difference from that point of view, because the boss deals so much damage on the initial hit that is absolutely ignoring the fact that we have a shield, okay? Even without a shield, the boss deals more or less the same damage on us. With the shield, it deals more or less the same damage. That's why that effect needs to have something versus bosses, okay? Rhyme Bloom has a 50% damage reduction versus bosses while it's active. Something like that will actually enable her to perform better, because as it is, it just doesn't feel too good. Now, one thing that I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to drop Lily out of the team, and I'm going to bring in Kachi, okay? Not Kachi the guard, just Kachi. So we're going to see if we are able to get something better in this format. I don't promise it, but who knows? So let's actually see what shell I can equip on this character, because I think I only have 2 codex of magic maxed. Quickly gonna check if I have one with Swift or something else that will enable me to get more speed on my units. Okay, so I do not have another one with multiple matrix effects. I kind of want to get a Swift on a codex on Kachi as well, but I might have to do something different. So let's quickly get some speed on it. So we go for as much speed as possible. What do we have right here? 6, 6, 6. Let me just put it to the highest. So I'm gonna build him quick. Let's give him that, and then I'm gonna get a random shell on him, whatever that might be. We can run that too, and I can run another one. You don't need it. You can give that to me. Okay, so we're gonna get that up and running, and now we can actually look for more Swift gear to give us speed. We're not gonna use Lily this time around. We're actually gonna use Kachi. So we're gonna drop Lily out of the team, and I'm gonna give Kachi some of the gear from Lily. That's a 9. That's a 9. Okay, let's take that. And we have 2, 8, 11. So I do need another Swift piece. And it could be the one from... Not that one. Let's see. This one right here is good. How much accuracy we have? 192%. That should be good. The speed is pretty low, so I'm going to have to basically bring in a good shell that can boost the speed. Maybe I'm going to change one of the pieces, actually. So let's get an Alicorn on with Swift Smite. So we're going to mount this one. And modules, instead of this, I'm going to get this one, not this one, this one. So that should give me more speed. And now we have over 180 speed, which is what we need to make sure we're moving before the side minions, right? So we're going to drop Lily. I do not have an Artisan Shell on any of my characters right now. But considering that we're bringing in a character that gives us shield, we don't really need Artisan. Or at least, we shouldn't need the Artisan, right? We shouldn't really need that. But we're going to see how this works out. So we're going to get that immunity. We're not going to have a boost for my damage dealer. So I need that Kachi to stun, basically. Okay, we got a stun. Decrease speed. Beautiful. The boss will go ham. Like, that shield is gone. Literally, the boss deals as much damage versus your characters like if you don't have the shield. Exactly the same it feels like. It feels like you have the shield, you don't have the shield. More or less the same thing. It really doesn't feel like it's better. Honestly. And again, bang, the shield is gone. Let's see. So we don't have that damage boost. We have no protection left in here now. Kachi needs to use the skill, but I do not have basically another good codex to give to Kachi to make him fast enough. So that's one of the problems. If I would have that, I think it could be better. But as it is, without Lily, it feels worse, okay? Without Lily, it feels worse. Even with Lily in the same team, it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't feel that good. And yeah, I still think they need to basically change a bit the kit. Damage reduction versus bosses. And instead of giving you the 40% attack while under the shield, giving you a 30% damage boost. 20, I don't think is enough. A 30% damage boost. That will enable your character to deal 30% more damage on top of everything else that it does. And like that, I think it can be good. Now, I'm going to try to see if somehow I can make it work. Maybe I'm going to give Kachi. I'm going to give Kachi the gear that we have on or the gear. I'm going to give Kachi the shell. And then I'm going to give him the Swift Raid piece. And I'm going to give her a different codex. I can make her slower, right? Because Kachi is going to stun anyway. So it's not something as important anymore. So we can get that. We can still maintain our speed, more or less around the same. And now I'm going to basically give her a different codex. I have a few different codexes available, right? Because I'm using 4 codexes, but I did not level them up because we're speed tuned for my other characters. But I will probably have to. So I'm going to quickly empower this one. I have loads of them anyway, right here. Oh, wait. Let's do some of the super bad ones. So I'm going to get this to max level quick. Because why not? Where is it? This one right here. Mount. And let's empower it as well at the same time. I had the mythical passive on it, so it's better to have that. And this will give us more speed, right? So we're going to awaken it. And now I'm going to basically look to give her some other piece that will make her as fast as possible. And the good thing is now I can actually increase that HP. I don't need the accuracy. That's a perfect piece right there, even though I'm not getting the bonus. She is pretty fast. 276. So literally around 4 speed slower than she should be to move in front of the enemies. Right now we want to see if we are actually... Oh my god, her freaking pet is so big that I cannot even see my shell. I have 3 codexes on now. If we get a stun, we golden. So let's see. Stun. Beautiful. So now we're going to buff. We have immunity on everybody. The boss is still going to move in front. So that shield is going to be gone. Okay? Forget about it. The shield is gone. It's like it never existed. But can we somehow at least keep the minions at bay, controlled, and win the fight like this? Or we cannot. Okay? That's very, very important. Stun again. Beautiful. Give me that shield again. We are moving in front of the boss, which means that we are able to benefit from that damage boost. And once again, we should be moving in front of the boss with the third skill, which will allow us to deal more damage. Beautiful, but we still have a lot of HP on that boss. So I think one of the better builds for her will be to have Time Weave on, so you can decrease the cooldown of that skill and have it proc more often to make sure that she's shielding your team. But I think it's GG's for us. I think it's going to be GG's. The boss, I mean, freaking Rango Kutsu, bro. Like, turn, bang, 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 you're freaking dead. So, no, she is not what I expected her to be. I really, really thought that she's going to be so freaking good in here. It doesn't mean that she sucks everywhere else, though. She's just not the answer to Rango Kutsu. So if your main thing is, I want to summon, I want to get her just because of this dungeon, I just don't think that's the right thing. Again, I'm not even sure what the heck happened there. How did that enemy move in front of us? That was like super weird. He should not be moving in front of us. It seems like it does. Don't I have over 280 plus speed on any of my characters? Or that was with Lily in the team. Wait. That was with Lily with increased speed. That was with increased speed, man. Okay. So no, what the heck? It must be something with elemental affinity. It must be something with elemental affinity because, damn. What's happening, Rango? You're changing speeds. You're changing everything with an elemental affinity. That's something that I've never noticed before, though. So that shows how broken this boss is. They really need to nerf it, though. They really need to work a bit on the boss because, my goodness, he is just next level. Like, comparing this boss with any other boss is just next freaking level. I just want to win one fight with her in the team. Can we do it? Can we do it? Like, Kachi is really important in here. Kachi is extremely important in here. Without Kachi, we would get absolutely demolished. Absolutely demolished. And it seems like even with Kachi, we are getting absolutely demolished. There we go, the boss again. I mean, why not, Rango? Come on. Hit me more, bro. Hit me more! Hit me more again! Yes! There you go, guys. No, she is not the answer to Rango Kutsu. I am very curious to see what teams you guys tried and how you made her work in here. Because I've done, what? Maybe 10 fights in total. I won 2 of them, and that was with Lily in the same team. All of the ones we've tried, they were failures. Once again, the boss is just too freaking busted. Is she worth summoning for just for Rango Kutsu? Hell no. Is she amazing for other content? She could be. Now, even with that damage boost from the shield, because it's just increased attack on top of the increased attack, I think it's just not strong enough. Okay, I just think it's not strong enough. Let's give it a go in the Terror Maton. So right here, we are going to basically use her instead of Valerian. So I'm quickly going to bring my team in it. But no Valerian. I'm so curious to see if we can make it work. Like, extremely curious. So I'm going to bring in my team. Actually, we're going to take Valerian out. And I'm going to give her the Artisan too. Why not? So more or less a replica build. But with speed, because she will need the speed. So we still have the gear on. Heck, I even have the shell, but I don't need that shell on. So I'm going to go with an Artisan. Doesn't really matter which one of them. I can just get this one, okay? Or which one is faster, actually? This one, okay. And what do we have in terms of speed? We still have good speed. Can we at least beat this boss if we cannot beat Rango Kutsu with her in the team? Valerian has that freaking invincibility type of buff, right? What is happening in here? Oh my god, she almost got one freaking shot. Okay. That's fine. Let's see. Okay. So we have that shield, but she's gonna be dead. Like, one hit and she's dead. And then the boss goes crazy. She's dead, and now the boss goes crazy because of it. Yeah. GG's. Even in here, if you replace Valerian with her, it's not working. They are very different units indeed, but because of that, it's just not working. Now, my team in here is extremely, extremely good. I'm doing like 10 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins, 10 wins, back to back to back to back without having any failures, okay? With her, I literally tried once and she got demolished. Now, let's see if maybe we had bad RNG. And she is level 50. She's not very tanky. That is definitely one of the main things to keep in mind. I do have a good amount of HP on her. The defense is not that great, but hey. If I could make her much faster than the boss, it could be good. Let's see who. Okay, so they went for my Lilium right here. That's fine. That means that the boss is going to kill my Lilium next. The good thing is, actually, there is no good thing because I have healing reduction, so the count won't do much in here. Okay. Good hit, but Lilium is dead. Ninfonelia, she's dead. If I'm quickly going to bring in this, just to show you how it should work. That's Valerian. She is at 5-star too. These are the stats on her. She's a bit tankier because she doesn't need a speed, so that's the benefit of it. I do use the Artisan Shell, more or less the same thing. And if I'm doing a run like this, check it out. It's going to be a completely different story. Even though the boss will attack somebody, it doesn't matter. It attacked my Lilium. Again, not a problem. It doesn't matter that my Lilium won't get to do crazy healing or anything like that. Because the boss will die. And the boss cannot kill us, you see? We have that invincibility on. And we can equalize the HP with her regardless of that heal reduction. So I'm at a point where, yeah, I need to compare her with Valeriana, even though Valeriana doesn't bring the immunity. I think Valeriana, she's still the better option, at least based on this little testing that I've done right now. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Super, super curious, actually. What do you think about the character, if you pulled her? I am a bit disappointed. I really thought that she's gonna be much, much better and more helpful. Yes, with the lattice, most likely she will be. But I wanted to see without that. And seeing how she performs without that, it really kind of like makes me feel like I don't want to invest the lattice into her. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love. Big shout out to Etheria Restart for sponsoring the video. And I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.